If I can control my opponent's hips, I essentially control their body. Now, there's certain things that I need to do in order to finish guard passes, but controlling the hips is a very important part of the game. And there are a couple different ways in which to do that. If I am looking to, say, cut through his guard, and he decides to kind of hook my leg, try to manipulate it, I can fake like I'm going to this side, or actually give him a sell like I'm going to try to pass to this side. And knowing that I want to get my way to this side, he's going to switch his hips over, okay? Now it's hard for me to control his hips to this direction. No problem. If I am graceful, and if I'm sensitive, and if I'm feeling, I can go with the energy. Oh, there's a roadblock. He's preventing me from doing that. And I can turn his hips into this direction, create a stake to the ground, and now lean over that leg, and I've turned his frame into a lever. I've deflected his frame. If I'm looking to try to get this leg to the ground, he's going to turn his hips. So now I can't get it to the ground. No problem, I can get it to the other side. The same way, if he realizes that I'm trying to get this to the ground, I can switch back to my knee cut. So it doesn't really matter. In so many ways, this guy is going to determine the kind of pass that I do. We were talking about how in order for me to occupy that space between armpit and hip, I need a little bit of extension. Well, if Josh is aware of that and he's trying to close down that space, right, so he's not allowing me into that space, I can also get underneath him and now raise his hips up and stack them here. Now, this is one of the few places where I can actually get underneath his hips. Why? Because there's no effective frame that's going to off-balance me here. And if you notice, he has minimal stability. So I can kill his hips by going underneath his frames. And now I'm effectively underneath him. I can get him up onto his shoulders. I can get my shoulder very low. I can work into that position between armpit and hip and control him and pass this way, deflect his frames. I put a stake, I'm getting stable to the floor now, get my leg out, and now I can lift his leg up here if I want. If he's trying to trap my leg, that's not a major deal here, because look at this space between armpit and hip yet again. I can take the whole thing by opening that space up even more, taking away this frame, and now occupying that space and going directly into mount if I want. With guard passing, I'm trying to get around his frames, his feet, his knees, his hips, but I also need to deal with these guys as well. And again, the best way to deal with frames is always by deflecting. If he's using his hand on my shoulder, I can deflect and then slowly eat up this space. Push me again with your upper body frames. I deflect it again, melt into space. Can you frame again? Not really, I'm a little bit too close because I'm really close to his head at this point. You don't have a whole lot of pushing power up here. You need space and you need pushing power. He gets pushing power here. He can keep me away, but I can also deflect as I wiggle my way into position, and as I melt into space, get low to the floor and stable, where I can control the upper part of his torso. We're not necessarily going into the finishing pieces of these guard passes. We're more telling you what the secret sauce really is. It's not about the grips. You guys are going to get many different types of guard passes, and you can go out and look at other videos and they can tell you exactly how to do a lot of the guard passes, but none of that matters if you don't know this stuff.